We're talking to the authors of Start by Believing, John Barr and Dan Murphy, and two of the survivors who stopped Larry Nassar's decades of sexual abuse, Jamie Dantzscher and Sarah Klein. Sarah, you looked at Jamie and said, "You're my hero," because Jamie, in many ways, you were the first one to really come out and you filed this suit because you realized in 2016, is that right?
Yeah, late summer of 2016, I decided to speak up and file the lawsuit. And, I got attacked. USA Gymnastics and was attacking me, to the point where just trying to discredit me, saying things like, look at the source, or, she just wants attention. Even to the point where they were calling an ex-boyfriend of mine to get information about
Like
my
character
sexual.
assassination.
Yes, and I remember my attorney would call me. He called me every day, telling me that from my article another woman has come forward, and I don't know why I remember this number, but I remember when it was number 15, when the 15th woman had come forward. I was like, he's a pedophile. He's a pedophile, and thank God I spoke up, because it's just the right thing to do.
Johnny and Dan, you did so much research on this topic and mentioned this as maybe the most surprising thing. When Jamie comes out, clearly there's an attempt to, it seems, silence her. Yes, spin it. Can you just talk a little bit about how that all played out based on your interviews?
Yeah. Steve Penny, the head of USA Gymnastics, was working behind the scenes he's a skilled marketer, and he was trying to control the message. He called one of Jamie's former teammates, Tasha Schweikert, and actually had her put out a positive statement about USA Gymnastics on social media. What he didn't realize is she was also a victim of Larry Nassar. And so he attempted.
So what happens after that? I mean, you're sitting here trying to place a spin on it, and you're beginning to realize you're talking to more and more people that maybe you're trying to put a positive spin on it.
Ultimately, this spiraled out of even his control. He had to step down from USA Gymnastics, and we should point out, he's also one of the people facing criminal charges in the ripple effect of this case. He's charged with tampering. He is charged with tampering with evidence, ordering a USAG staffer to remove documents related to Larry Nassar from the Crowley Ranch, the famed training facility in the heart of the woods north of Houston, Texas.
And let me just read an email. This is an email, and it comes from the USAG lawyers to the USAG president. "We can tell the full story of what we've learned thus far. We think it is highly likely that would become a media story and prompt Larry to sue for defamation. Neither Dr. Nassar nor USGA wants the attendant negative publicity at this time. Our suggested alternative is this: have us call back Dr. Nassar's lawyer, tell him that a replacement will handle the world championships, and we can work on messaging regarding that." Again, it gets back to this spin messaging.
Larry Nassar was allowed to put out a long statement. He put it on Facebook saying he was retiring because he wanted to spend more time with his family. He wanted to step away. He was allowed to say he was sick, and that's why he wasn't showing up at gymnastics meets. And because of that, in the state of Michigan, he continued to see patients and continued to abuse young women for more than a year after USA Gymnastics had credible belief that he was abusing his patients.